Welcome to Candid, where me and my guests get open, honest, outspoken, and sincere. You're going to want to watch. Basically, I always ask everybody the same question, and it's right at the beginning. And I don't want you to tell me your first or last name. Your name will be in the credits, right?
Okay.
So I'm more interested about who you are.
Okay.
So when I say, who are you? I want you to tell me who you are, because I don't want you to say, my name is, because I've done that a lot of times in the past when I try to do something like this and people go, my name is Denise Cooper and, okay, well, I like, and they name all these things about them except for the inside of what makes them click and what they love. And sometimes people get stuck on their name and you would watch them and nothing else, they didn't know anything else. That was it. So don't get, there's not a lot of people watching my channel.
Yeah, right?
Anyway, so I'm interested in who you are. So,
Okay.
And I'll ask you some questions.
Okay.
And I might interrupt you and ask some more questions.
That's fine. Do you want me to start?
I do, and I'm going to ask you a question in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Of course.
Yeah. Thanks, truck. Who are you?
I am a 23-year-old female. I work at a nonprofit and I help North Texans fund their abortions. That's a really big part of who I am right now.
Do you get any flack for that?
I haven't yet, surprisingly, even with my own family.
When you say surprisingly, you're talking about your own family.
Yeah, well, they're pretty conservative.
Yeah.
Considering, especially my grandparents. But through all that, I found out, people in my family have also had abortions too. So it's kind of like giving me a whole new level of conversation with them because of my work and having my own too. So yeah.
Well, how do you feel about, like, if you were to get any black flag, how do you think you would handle that? Because you're pretty young.
I think I would handle it pretty responsibly because since I've been through the same situation as these women that I'm helping, I feel like it's a necessity in our state, and I feel like I could handle it pretty well. I've kind of mentally prepared myself just in case.
Right? And you just mentioned in our state. So what's the issue with our state? And here in Texas, which I love.
Oh, yeah.
I could just call it Big Texas.
And it's sad because I love Texas too, but they really inhibit women's reproductive rights and reproductive justice issues that are, they're easier to get passed in other states, but in Texas they're just like continuing to block. And it's interesting because I was speaking to my boss today and I found out that it's state mandated from HB2 that they have to give out misinformation at the clinics before women get their abortions to discourage them. Wow. I just found that out today because they have to give the patients information on how abortions could probably cause breast cancer, cervical cancer, or prevent you from getting pregnant again. And all of that has been discredited.
Exactly.
And it's state mandated. They have to give you that information.
They do. And so now, when did that go into play? Do you know?
July 2014.
Wow. And that's not information that we shouldn't be sharing? Or is it okay to share?
Oh, please share that. Everybody needs to know about that. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it because when I had my procedure, I was like, holy shit, I'm not, there's a chance I'm going to get all these terrible things like breast cancer and not being able to have another child. And like, is this something I want to do? And it did discourage me for a little bit, but I still went through it because it wasn't the right time for me.
Exactly. Yeah. And I remember I was young. I was married, military, all that moving around, had 3 young kids.
Really?
Me and my husband. And my doctor said, I was like, could you make it stop? Because I'm obviously very fertile. He said no. And he just refused. He said no, because what if you get a divorce from your husband and you want to have kids later with another man? And I was like, and that's exactly what happened.
That's terrible too.
And he said, what if you get something? Like, what if I tie your tubes up in you? I mean, he just gave me all these crazy things and he just kept telling me no. And I said, wow. But at first I'm just thinking, stop it. Stop the train. I got enough kids. Yeah. And then I thought, well, I wonder if that happened, would I ever like put myself in a position to have an abortion? And at that young age, I thought about it. because but luckily my doctor didn't do it. Unfortunate part for me, I started having miscarriages, and that's what he was talking about. He said my body was too young to do all that too, and I was like, wow, that's scary. But knowing, and when you guys have that information and you're giving it, especially the wrong way, now that they're giving it the right way, I'm sure somebody's going to benefit from at least knowing it'll help somebody make a decision. So I'm sure you take some pride in that.
Yeah, definitely. That's what my job tries to do, is just to educate people in North Texas, because there's so much misinformation out there, and we just want to be a presence for reproductive justice.
Exactly. Look at you. You're ever going to run for office?
No.
Have you ever thought about it?
I feel like my life might be too scandalous for office, to be honest with you.
Oh, scandal. We love scandal. I think everybody in office has got scandal. That's what makes them, if they didn't have scandal, they wouldn't have the good things to come up. And,
You're right.
They use it to their advantage. I'm so sure of it. So what is it that you love to do?
What do I love to do? I really like to go on bike rides. I like to walk my dog a lot. That's really all I've been kind of doing lately, is walking my dog and
What kind
working.
of dog?
He's a Parsons Terrier.
A what?
I know, nobody ever knows.
A Parsons Terrier?
Yeah, so he looks like the dog from Wishbone, except he's furrier.
Really?
Has the same markings, yeah.
What color is he?
He's orange and white.
Orange and white?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I just went gaga over a dog. I'm going to get a dog again. It took me years to make a decision, though. How long have you had your dog?
Since right after my procedure.
Really?
Yeah, I got him as like a means for my depression, honestly.
Really?
It's really helped me out.
We have so much in common. You just don't know, but this is not about me. I'll tell you when the camera's off. Okay. Just what you said, I understand completely. So, is it a male dog?
Yeah.
Male? What's his name?
Reggie.
Reggie?
Yeah.
Why Reggie? Such a regular name.
Because his name, this is terrible. His name was Rhodey, and what kind of name is that for a dog?
That's your road dog.
I know.
That's cute.
So it's like, okay, we'll just go with another R name. How about Reggie?
Is it now? Since I've never heard of that dog. Is it a big dog, little dog?
No. He's very small. So he's about this tall and about this long.
Oh, wow.
He's very small. He's a cutie.
Cute.
He's 2 years old. Yeah.
Now, besides your dog, is like if you had to not work and not be rich and win the lotto, because those people probably get on my last nerves. They're always winning and then they're in debt for like in the next 3 years. They've lost it. But if you could just roll out of bed and do the one thing that you love to do, and 10 hours go by and you're still doing that one thing, what is that?
Oh, wow. I don't know. Maybe painting. I haven't painted in a long time. When I did a lot of traveling last year, and I was overseas and I didn't have internet, so really I did a lot of drawing, and I had my watercolor set, and I did a lot of painting. And ever since I've been back, a lot of stuff has happened to the point where I haven't done anything creative anymore. Like, I've been so busy and sad and trying to pick up my life,
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's how it gets sometimes.
Yeah.
I know. I stopped painting one time for a while, and I missed it. Like it was like a lamb or something. What do you paint when you do paint?
I did a little bit of scenery, and I just started getting into figures. So I have some, I think, comparable to my scenery ones. I have some pretty good nudes. Like I had the opportunity to paint some people when I was in Europe.
Awesome.
Really nice.
Some live painting. What attracts you to painting the body, the nudes?
I think it's because it's so natural, and like, I don't know, just there's not as much pressure as there is painting a scenery, I feel, when drawing a nude, because, I don't know, you can go so abstract with it, and really what got me into it was this artist, Egon Schiele. He's Austrian. He studied underneath Klimt, and his nudes, his nudes are very elongated and very flowy, and that's really like what inspired me to start painting nude.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, are your people? This is one thing that I love to ask painters, because I already know the answer for myself. But when you're painting people and their color, so if you have a white model or a black model or a brown model or a gold model, and you paint them in that, This is what I do, I swear. Somebody asked me one time when I was going through my naked phase, like, why don't you put clothes on them? I was like, they have clothes on. It's brown.
Oh.
It's cream. It's their skin.
Yeah.
So, do you ever like paint a nude and wonder, oh, somebody's gonna look at it and go, she doesn't have any clothes on? That's the point. It's a nude.
No.
But I always got that question. Why didn't you put any clothes on?
I haven't shown anybody my art.
Oh, so
yeah,
you're not
I haven't
that
shared
question
it.
yet.
Yeah, I shared it with my partner at the time, and that's about it. And I mean, I wanted to do more with it, but then right after I got back, I found out that I was pregnant, and then it kind of just was like one thing after the other, and I feel like I haven't had time to like slow down and revisit that.
A painter, a dog lover, a future congresswoman, fighting for women's rights.
Yes, women's rights.
Who else are you?
I am. I am much happier than I was.
Awesome. If one thing had to be left behind, because we're all going to meet our demise, how do you want to be remembered?
Definitely for the things I've done and all the nonprofits that I've worked for.
Name some of those.
Well, I've worked for an LGBTQ profit in Indiana, and then I moved down here and I worked for a library, and now I'm working for the abortion nonprofit, and I've always wanted to be a part of a community where I can help people and just, uplift them in a way. And I definitely feel like I can do that now more so than ever, because I have been in the position that, the people I'm helping are.
What's that do for you?
Oh my gosh, it fulfills me. It really does. Like, it makes me feel more valid, because honestly, before this, I was feeling like there wasn't any direction in my life, and now I feel like I'm actually like making a visible difference.
Right. Awesome. That sounds very successful.
Thank you.
And you said I don't know.
LGBTQ.
Letters. What does that mean?
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer folk.
Awesome. And so what are you doing for them?
Oh, this was back in Indiana, so I was basically helping them organize their group and fundraising, as well as coordinating events.
Awesome. Have you gotten involved here in Fort Worth? Not
as much. I'd like to, though. For my current position, I have to make a comprehensive list of organizations involving an array of individuals, and that's one of them. And honestly, in Fort Worth, there isn't really a big community for that, which is unfortunate. So hopefully... Really? Yeah.
Wow.
I know. I was really surprised, too.
I'm surprised at that, because...
I know so many.
Because my best friend is gay. My daughter is gay. My big sister is gay. She doesn't live here, though, but she lives in Texas. We just happened to go, me and my boyfriend one time, we went downtown, and there was the Pride Parade.
Awesome.
It's loads of people.
Yeah?
Yeah, and every time I go to an art show, yeah, I even got approached. One of the ladies that she had the flyer for the whatever
LGBTQ.
See, that's a lot. Okay. So, and she was handing out. She was handing.
She's not wrong.
She was handing out flyers, so I'm surprised. Maybe because this was on Magnolia when I had an art show, and she was out there and handing out flyers, and we were like, she asked us had we ever heard of it. We hadn't, so that was the first time we ever saw her. And I think there was somebody in there that was an artist, one of the ladies that was there. Oh, cool. Well, it's very nice to know you.
Thank you.
Got a lot to know, and what I really, really appreciated the fact that you are very open and so smooth for a young lady.
Thank you.
I mean, just so comfortable to talk to.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, one thing that I really, really hone in on is the fact that you are happy. After some of the things that you said, that's what people need, is to just have some part where they get to happy.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody deserves to be happy.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Candid.